Hello, in this lecture I will explain chapter 9 from the great poem The Night in the Panther Skin. The title of the chapter is the letter written by NESTAN-DAREDJAN to her beloved Tariel. Actually, NESTAN-DAREDJAN was abducted by the Kajis or the demons and was held in a castle and she wrote the letter to her beloved Tariel from her captivity, and it was actually the second captivity. The first one was the captivity by the Indians kidnappers, and from that captivity she was rescued by Patman. So now it is the second captivity by the Kajis or by the demons. They are also called sorcerers, and she wrote a very excited letter to her beloved Tariel, and Tariel also is the protagonist of the poem. Okay, so I will read stanza 1292. Now, when she sobbing, crying, writes to her beloved. So NESTAN-DAREDJAN wrote the letter while she was sobbing and crying. The second line is, by the tears of those who burn it in the fire of the flame of his love for her, the pain fades. The meaning of the second line is that NESTAN's tears caused Tariel's flame to fade. The third line of stanza 1292 is, she wrote a letter that penetrates the ears, the hearts of those who hear its content. That is to say, she wrote very emotional and exciting letter to her beloved Tariel. She splits the rose, then the transparent crystal appears. So in line 4 there are two images. The first image is actually she splits the rose, that is to say, she opens her mouth. So the mouth of NESTAN-DAREDJAN resembles to a rose, and the second image is the teeth of NESTAN-DAREDJAN resembles to transparent crystal. So I will read again the line. She splits the rose, that is to say, opens her mouth, then the transparent crystal appears. So when she opens her mouth, then her teeth that resembles to a transparent crystal appears. Okay. Stanza number 1293. So the Stan continues to write to her beloved Tariel from her captivity by the Kajis. Oh, my love, this letter I sent to you, it's my handiwork. She wrote to her beloved Tariel that she herself and only herself wrote the letter that she sent to her beloved Tariel. I used my body as a stylus, and as a ink I used the tears I had shed. So in the second line there are two images. Actually the stylus in which she wrote the letter to her beloved Tariel resembles to her body, and the ink that she used in order to write the letter resembles to the tears that she had shed during the time that she wrote the letter. Okay. And the meaning of the line is that she used all of herself. She actually invested a lot of efforts in order to write the letter. Actually, she used her body and her tears in order to write the emotional and exciting letter. Line number 3 in stanza 1293. As a paper, I glued your heart even to my heart. So the third image is the paper in which she wrote the letter resembles to the hearts of her and her beloved. So the glued hearts of her and her beloved is the paper. Okay, so the paper that she used resembles to the glued hearts of her and her beloved Tariel. And the meaning of it is that she wrote the letter from the bottom of her heart. Okay. The fourth line is, oh heart, black and sad heart, you are bound, may you remain bound forever to his heart. So in the fourth line, her wish is that her heart forever will be bound to her beloved heart, Tariel. And she also mentions in the fourth line that her heart is black and sad because of the fact that she was abducted for the second time, and for that she undergo a lot of troubles and woes during her life, and for that reason her heart is sad and black because of the troubles that she undergo during her life. Stanza 1294. Do you see, my love, what deeds the fate is doing? No matter how much sunlight the sun brings down on us, for me it's always dark. So she blames the fate for the fact that for her it always sad and dark because of her bad luck, because of her fate. Okay, line number 3. The wise know it, and therefore they despise it. For them, fate is contemptible. She wrote in the third line that the wise people know the fate, and therefore they despise it because all the troubles that the fate causes to her, maybe to other people that don't have good luck, like NESTAN-DAREDJAN herself. Okay, line number 4 of stanza 1294. My life without you, oh my, how hard it is. She says that she cannot live without her beloved Tariel, and her life actually without her beloved Tariel is very, very hard. Stanza number 1295. Do you see, my love, how fate and damned time separated us? I'm not happy to see you anymore, my dear. What can the heart worshipped by you really do without you? She says that she used always to worship her beloved Tariel, worship and admire him, but now when she is not with her beloved Tariel, she doesn't know what can she do, because she feels alone and very sad and depressed. Okay, line number 4. A secret thought will reveal to you the Eden. That is to say, the place where the demons hide me. So a secret thought will tells you, Tariel, the place where the demons hide me. And actually in stanza 1300 she writes that she is held in a tower, the top of the tower, and then we can ask the simple question, if she tells her beloved Tariel that she was held in a tower, very tall tower, so what is a secret? The place that they hide her. We know that she is in a tower, so why it is an hidden place? and I thought that maybe that in the Kyrgyz country there are a lot of castles, a lot of towers, and no one knows in which tower or castle she was held, and for that reason she hopes that a secret fort will reveal to her beloved Tariel in which tower the demons held her in the captivity. Okay, stanza number 1296. By your son, until now I thought you were dead. That is to say, I swear on your life that until now I thought you were dead. So in the first line there is an image. Actually Tariel resembles to the sun. The second line is, as for me, I thought my life and all my resources were spent. When I thought that you were not alive, all my life and resources actually exhausted. And the third line is, now when I hear news from you, I praise the Creator and glorify Him. She says that now that I hear news from you, I praise the God and glorify Him. The fourth line of stanza 1296 is, all my troubles are equal to the joy associated with knowing that you are alive. She says that all her troubles in her life, the two abductions and all other troubles in her life, is equal to the fact that she knows that her beloved Tariel is alive. Okay, so from that line we can see how much she loves her beloved Tariel, because she says that all her troubles in the life is equals to the only fact that her beloved Tariel is alive. Okay, stanza number 1297. Your life is enough for me, so that my heart will be filled with hope. In the first line of stanza 1227, she says that your life is enough for me to be filled with hope. The fact that I know that you are alive, that only fact is enough for me to filled with hope and happiness and so on. A heart so wounded and burned. She says that her heart is sad and dark and wounded because all the troubles that she underwent during her life. The third line is, think of me, remember me as a person lost to you. In the third line, she wrote to her beloved that think of me and remember me as a person that lost to you, because she currently was held in the captivity by the Kajis, the demons. I sit and take care of the love I planted. She says that in her captivity, the only thing that she do is to think about the love between her and her beloved Tariel. Stanza number 1298. I have no ability to express my story on my own. She says that her story is so exciting that she has no ability to express it by herself. My tongue gets tired, no one will believe what his ears have heard. She says that it is impossible that she herself will try to tell the story of herself because her tongue gets tired, and also no one will believe to her story. Patman saved me from the Indian kidnappers. May God protect her. She says that in her first abduction by the Indian kidnappers, she was saved by Patman, and she wished that may God protect Patman. The fourth line is, now once again the cruel fate did what it saw fit to do. She says that because of the fact that she has a bad luck, that fate did to her what is accepted from her bad luck to do. That is to say, she is currently in the captivity of the demons. Stanza number 1299. Fate has now added more sorrow to my present troubles. My bad luck was not satisfied with the already existing suffering, which consisted of many pains. The meaning of the line 2 is that her bad luck was not satisfied with her first abduction by the Indian kidnappers, and therefore now she was abducted by the Kajis. And again he delivered me into the hands of sorcerers, whom it is difficult to find. And therefore her bad luck and fate caused her to be kidnapped by the Kajis, and The problem is that they are also very strong fighters, so it will be impossible to rescue her from her captivity. The fourth line is fate has caused us, my love, all the troubles that have befallen us. So, in the fourth line, she blames the fate, the bad luck, for all the troubles that befallen her, and also the troubles that befallen on her beloved Tariel. And actually, as I've already mentioned, Tariel is also suffering, first of all, because he killed the lion and the tiger. Actually, he killed the tiger accidentally. He wanted to rescue the tiger from the lion, but accidentally, because the tiger bit him, he was forced to kill the tiger, and from that moment he started to sob and to cry for the tiger's death, and he also used the skin of the tiger as his coat in order to remember the tiger for all his life. And all his life he was sobbing and crying because of the death of the tiger that he loved very much. And he wears the skin of the tiger as a coat in order to remember the tiger for all his life. And the reason that the tiger that is so important, and even the name of the poem, The Night in the Panther Skin, is about the tiger that he killed accidentally. And the reason that the tiger is so important is because of the fact that the face of the tiger is resembles to the face of his beloved NESTAN-DAREDJAN. But now, when NESTAN-DAREDJAN is held in the captivity of the demons, the XXXIX, his troubles is actually doubles, because he mourns on the death of the tiger, and also on the fact that her beloved NESTAN-DAREDJAN is in captivity of the demons, of the XXXIX. Okay, so his sorrow and mourn is double. Okay, stanza number 1300. I sit in a castle so high that my eyes can barely see the ground. So she wrote to her lover Tariel that she was held in a tower so high that her eyes barely can see the ground. Okay, the entrance to the tower is through a closed tunnel, above which there are guards. She wrote to her lover Tariel that the only entrance to the tower is through a closed tunnel, and that closed tunnel is secured by guards. Day and night guards secure the tunnel and wait for their turn in their watch. She wrote to her beloved Tariel that the tunnel is secured for 24 hours a day, and the guards that secure the tunnel are eager to do their job, to secure the tunnel. They will kill those who try to enter the tower through the tunnel. Like fire, they will envelope them. So she wrote to her beloved Tariel that whoever will try to enter the tower in order to rescue her from her captivity will be killed immediately by the guards. Like fire, they will envelope them. Okay, stanza number 1301. Do you think that those men are the kind of warriors you have destroyed before? She writes to her beloved Tariel that don't think that those guards, the demons, are the kind of warriors you have destroyed before, because they are much stronger than the enemies that you destroyed before. And therefore it will be almost impossible to rescue me from the captivity of the demons. Don't destroy me with troubles worse than the present troubles. If I see you dead, I will burn like straw in a flame. She says to her beloved, she wrote to her beloved Tariel that in the case that she see her beloved death, because he will try to rescue her from her captivity, then she will burn like straw in a flame. The fourth line is, since I am separated from you, give up on me with a heart harder than a rock. She says to her beloved Tariel that since she is separated from him and it is almost impossible to rescue her from her captivity, that he should give up on her with a strong heart. Okay? Stanza number 1302. My beloved, don't lament over me with such grief. So she asked her beloved Tariel not to cry and lament on her because she is in the captivity of the demons. Tell me, is there another person for me with the shape of the aloe tree? So she admires her lover's beauty, the beauty of her lover Tariel, and she actually resembles the beauty of Tariel to aloe tree. Um, and the third line is life without you is meaningless to me, and from now on I should be full of regret. In the third line, she writes to her beloved that she cannot live without her beloved Tariel. The third line is the fourth line is either I throw myself off the rock or stab myself with a knife. She says that in the case that she cannot see her beloved or her beloved Tariel will die, she will kill herself by throwing herself on the rocks or by stabbing herself with a knife. Stanza number 1303. Without you, the sun, I, your moon, will fall, and it will be impossible to save me. So, in the first line of stanza 1303, there are two images. Tariel resembles to the sun, and NESTAN-DAREDJAN resembles to the moon. And the meaning of the first line is that without her beloved Tariel, NESTAN-DAREDJAN will die. The first line and the second line, with you on the other end, I will not fall nor stumble, although 3 suns shine near me. She says in the second line that on the other end, when you are with me, then I will never fall, although there are many enemies in my immediate vicinity. So there is an image in the second line, and her enemies are resembles to 3 suns. Okay? The third line, here I would crash down. The big rocks are very close to me. She says that in the case that she will hear something bad about him, maybe if she hears that her beloved Tariel is dead, then she would crash down on the big rocks that are near the castle that she was held in by the demons. Okay, the fourth line is, to you I will dedicate my soul, I may be given wings in the sky, and I will reach the company of the souls of the righteous. So in the fourth line she says that she dedicates her soul to her beloved Tariel, and her wish is also that she will be given wings in order to fly in the sky and to reach the souls of the righteous. Okay, stanza number 1304. Beseech God, maybe He will deliver me from the troubles of the world. in the first line of stanza 1304, NESTAN-DAREDJAN asks her beloved Tariel to pray to God in order that God will rescue her from the troubles of the world. The second line is from union with fire, water, earth and air. And she asked from her beloved Tariel to pray to God that God will save her also with the union with fire, water, earth and air. The third line is, let him give me wings and I will fly, I will achieve my desire. So in the third line she says that her wish is to be given wings in order that she can fly and achieve her desire. The fourth line is, day and night I will look at the rays of the sun flashing in splendor. So in the fourth line there is an image. Tariel resembles to the rays of the sun. And in the fourth line, actually, her wish is that she will always look on the face of the Tariel that resembles to the rays of the sun. Okay, stanza number 1305. The sun is missing one of its components without you. In the first line of stanza 1305, she says that without you, the sun is not something that is perfect. Without you, the sun is missing something, and you are the one that makes the sun perfect. The second line of stanza 1305, you are one of the planets of the sun and not something that the sun rejects. So in the second line there is an image. Tariel is resembles to the planets that orbiting around the sun. So she says that you are something that the sun doesn't reject, but on the contrary, the sun actually, the planets are orbiting around the sun, and for that reason they are something that is apart from the sun itself. Okay. I will see you, I will compare you to the sun, and you will illuminate my dark heart. So her hope in the third line is that to be rescued from the Kaj's captivity, and then she can see her beloved Tariel, and then she will compare her beloved Tariel to the sun, and she hopes that her beloved Tariel will lighten her dark heart, because his face is like the sun. The fourth line is, if my life is bitter, at least my death will be sweet. In the fourth line she says that because of the fact that my life was bitter and I undergo a lot of troubles, at least my death will be sweet. I hope that at least my death will be better than my life. Stanza number 1306. Death is no longer severe for me because I dedicate my soul to you. She says in the first line of stanza 1306 that because of the fact that she dedicates her soul to her beloved Tariel, then even death is not something that is hard for her. The second line of stanza 1306 is, but I placed your love in my heart and there it rested. Actually, she says in the second line that she placed the love of her beloved Tariel in the bottom of her heart. The third line is, when I think about parting with you, a wound is added to the existing wound. In the third line she says that whenever she thinks about parting from her beloved Tariel, she is sad and depressed and in a very bad situation. The fourth line is, don't cry, don't mourn for me, oh my beloved and real one. So she asked her beloved Tariel don't to cry and mourn because she is in the captivity of the Kajis. Stanza number 1307. Go to the land of India to my father. So she asked her beloved Tariel to go to the land of India to her father, Parsedan. Actually, her father Parsedan is the king of one of the kingdoms of India, one of the 7 kingdoms of India. So she asked her beloved Tariel to go to that kingdom. The second line is surrounded by enemies on every side. So the request from her beloved Tariel is to help her father to fight against the enemies that surrounding his kingdom. The third line is comfort his heart that suffers from separation from me. So in the third line she asks the beloved Tariel to comfort him and try to relieve his pain because he is also in a great pain and sad and depressed because his daughter was abducted by the demons. So she asks her beloved Tariel to comfort his father that he will not cry and mourn about because of her abduction by the Kajis. Think that I am crying for you with tears that cannot be dried. So she says to her beloved Tariel that she is crying so much that her tears will never dry because she shed so much tears that they will never be dried. okay, because the longing, she much loves and miss her beloved Tariel, that the tears that she shed will never dry, because there is so much tears that she shed because of her beloved Tariel. Stanza 13:08. Everything I complained against my fate, that's enough complaint. Know this, that true justice always comes from the heart and enters directly into the heart of the one who hears it. In the second line she says that true justice always comes from heart and enters to the heart enters to the heart of the ones who hears the true justice. The third line is, for your sake I am ready to die and be prey for crows. In the third line she says that she can die because of her beloved, or for her beloved. She can die and be the prey for crows. But as long as I live, I will cry and suffer enough for you too. From one side, she can die for her beloved, but as long as she is alive, she will cry and mourn for her beloved Tariel. Stanza number 13:09. Know the symbol of our eternal love, the scarf which was yours. So she says that the symbol of dear love is the scarf that was Tariel's. For one end I can't strip all my love. So she says that she cut a strip and she actually attached it to the letter that she sent to her beloved Tariel. This, the scarf, is all I have left in place of this great hope. She says that the only thing that left from their love is the scarf. The seven wheels of heaven turned against us in fury. She says that all their troubles is because God is angry on them. Stanza number 12:10. When she finished writing the letter she wrote to her lover, she cut the fringe from the bob scarf. So, as I already told you, that she cut fringe from the scarf and attached it to the letter that she sent to her beloved Tariel, showing ahead the thick and long hairs of her hair made her more handsome. In the third line of stanza 13:10, actually the meaning of that line is that the long and thick hair of NESTAN-DAREDJAN makes her very beautiful. Okay, the loan between her of NESTAN-DAREDJAN makes her very beautiful. The fourth line is the smell that emanates from her body, which is similar to the cypress tree, reaches the hairs of her head. So in the fourth line there is an image. The smell of the NESTAN-DAREDJAN's body is resembles to the smell of the cypress tree, and the smell that emanates from her body reaches to the hairs of her head. Okay? That smell from her body reaches to her hair's head. And that smell is resembles to the smell of the cypress tree. Okay, so that was chapter 9 that tells about the letter that NESTAN-DAREDJAN sent to her beloved Tariel from her captivity by the Kajis, by the demons. Okay, thank you very much.